When we recognize that we are the creators of our reality, we embrace a powerful truth: our lives are shaped not by circumstances, but by how we choose to perceive and respond to them. Dr. Wayne Dyer taught that our thoughts, beliefs, and attitudes determine how we experience life, and by shifting these inner dynamics, we can transform our outer world. This perspective means that even in challenging times, we retain the power to decide how we interpret and react to events. Instead of feeling helpless or victimized by circumstances, we learn to see ourselves as active participants in shaping our reality. Every experience, every person we encounter, every success, and even every setback can serve as a stepping stone toward growth. When something doesn't go as planned, we can choose to see it as a lesson, an opportunity for growth, or a chance to cultivate resilience. These choices are ours to make. This concept isn't about denying life's hardships or pretending that difficult situations don't arise. It's about acknowledging that while we can't control everything, we can control how we respond, how we interpret, and ultimately how we let these experiences shape us. Imagine waking up each day with the mindset that you have the power to create joy, peace, and fulfillment regardless of what happens. Instead of waiting for things outside of you, such as other people, events, or material success to bring you happiness, you can choose to focus on what you can create from within. Dyer would often say, if you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. This reflects a profound truth. When we shift our perspective, the world around us begins to align with that shift. Relationships become opportunities for connection, work becomes a means of expressing our unique gifts, and challenges become the refining process of personal transformation. Taking responsibility for our reality doesn't mean we blame ourselves for everything that happens. Rather, it means acknowledging our role as co-creators in our lives. We hold the power to change, grow, and align with a vision of what we want to create. In doing so, we step into the freedom of knowing that our happiness and fulfillment are not bound by anything outside of us. This freedom allows us to create lives filled with meaning, connection, and purpose simply because we choose to see and experience life through a lens of limitless possibility. The power to shape your life, to overcome obstacles, and to create meaning is already within you. Dr. Wayne Dyer often emphasized that we each hold an immense reservoir of inner strength, creativity, and potential that is far greater than we might realize. This power within isn't something external that we need to acquire or earn. It is inherent in every one of us. However, most people tend to overlook it, seeking solutions and validation outside of themselves, believing that fulfillment, happiness, and success come from sources beyond their control. But the truth is, everything we need to live a rich, purposeful life already exists within us. Imagine if you fully trusted in your own abilities, if you believed in your capacity to grow, adapt, and overcome any challenge that life presents. Our minds are incredibly powerful tools that shape how we perceive reality, and by tapping into this power, we can redirect our energy towards creating the life we want. This inner power is what gives us resilience during difficult times, allowing us to bounce back and find solutions when things seem hopeless. It's what fuels our passions, motivates us to take risks, and inspires us to act on our dreams despite fear or uncertainty. Recognizing this internal strength shifts our focus from limitations to possibilities, from doubt to empowerment. Dr. Dyer often encouraged people to stop letting external opinions and circumstances dictate their worth and happiness. When we look within ourselves for strength and direction, we become less affected by outside judgments, fears, or setbacks. We begin to see ourselves as capable creators, able to transform our thoughts and beliefs to align with the reality we want to live. This doesn't mean that life will be free from challenges, but it does mean we'll have the confidence and inner resources to face them with resilience and creativity. Believing in the power within ourselves is not about ignoring the help and wisdom that others can offer, but rather about realizing that we are always in control of how we use that guidance. The power within us allows us to choose our responses, set our intentions, and act with purpose. When we cultivate a deep trust in ourselves, we find that this inner power expands, guiding us towards fulfillment, helping us navigate obstacles, and enabling us to live authentically. This journey of self-belief becomes a transformative force, freeing us to create a life that reflects our true essence and highest potential. H. Growth, in its truest form, requires us to put in the effort to show up and to take consistent action even when things get tough or progress feels slow. Dr. Wayne Dyer taught that we cannot simply wish for a better life or hope for growth without actively working toward it. Just as seeds need nurturing to grow into strong plants, our personal development depends on the choices we make and the actions we take every day. Real growth is not passive, it's an intentional, ongoing process that involves both courage and persistence. Effort means moving beyond our comfort zones, challenging ourselves and pushing through discomfort. Growth often demands that we look inward, face our fears, and confront the limiting beliefs that hold us back. This can be uncomfortable, even painful, but it's essential. Without effort, there is no transformation, only stagnation. Each time we choose to take action, we reinforce our commitment to bettering ourselves and living authentically. Dyer believed that every small step, however insignificant it may seem, contributes to our journey and brings us closer to our potential. Taking action is what brings dreams and ideas to life. We might have incredible aspirations, plans, or visions for who we want to be, but without action, they remain just that, ideas with no substance. It's in the act of doing that we build momentum, gain experience, and learn what works for us and what doesn't. Every action we take, whether it leads to success or failure, is an opportunity for growth. In fact, sometimes the most valuable lessons come from our mistakes, teaching us resilience, adaptability, and patience. Furthermore, growth is a journey, not a destination. It requires patience because genuine change takes time. Progress may be gradual and sometimes hard to see, but that doesn't mean it isn't happening. The key is to stay committed, to keep putting in the effort, and to trust that each action, however small, is moving us forward. Dr. Dyer often reminded us that what we focus on expands, so if we focus on growth and put our energy into positive action, we're creating the conditions for transformation. When we take responsibility for our growth, we empower ourselves to shape our future. It becomes a conscious decision to evolve, learn, and become a fuller version of ourselves. Through effort and action, we tap into our potential, honor our purpose, and align our lives with what truly matters to us. Each day we show up and put in the work, we're nurturing the seeds of change within, paving the way for a more fulfilling, purposeful life. Aligning with your purpose rather than your fear is one of the most transformative choices you can make in life. Dr. Wayne Dyer believed deeply in the power of purpose. He called it the driving force that brings meaning to our lives. When we connect to this inner purpose, we step into a path that feels authentic, fulfilling, and in harmony with who we truly are. But fear often stands as the greatest barrier to living a purpose-driven life. Fear tells us to play it safe, to avoid risks, to stay where we are comfortable. It keeps us small and confined, whereas purpose is expansive and requires us to grow, to step into the unknown, and to fully express ourselves. Living a life led by fear creates a cycle of missed opportunities, regrets, and what-ifs. Fear often convinces us that we're not ready or that we're not enough, causing us to hide from our potential and shrink away from our dreams. When we allow fear to guide us, we end up making choices based on self-protection rather than self-expression. Dr. Dyer taught that this means we let fear dictate our direction, often silencing the call of our purpose. The truth is, fear will always be there in some form, especially when we venture into something meaningful. But by consciously choosing to align with our purpose instead, we give ourselves permission to be courageous, to try, and to create a life that is truly ours. Finding and following your purpose means tuning into your inner self and listening to what truly resonates with you, what excites you, what gives you a sense of meaning, and what feels right in your heart. It's a process of looking within rather than outside for validation. Purpose doesn't necessarily mean a grand vision or a fixed path. It can be as simple as a desire to grow, to contribute, to live with integrity, or to create joy. When you align with these deeper motivations, you anchor yourself in something that sustains you, even when challenges arise. Choosing purpose over fear also requires trust in yourself and in the process. It's about understanding that living in alignment with your purpose may feel challenging, but it's a path that brings genuine fulfillment. When we honor our purpose, we're more likely to find resilience and creativity within ourselves as we're acting from a place of passion rather than obligation. Dr. Dyer often reminded us, don't die with your music still in you. This is a call to let go of fear-based decisions and embrace the full expression of who you are. When we make this shift from fear to purpose, our lives begin to take on a sense of flow and alignment. We experience a deeper connection to ourselves and to those around us. Rather than living reactively or out of fear of failure, we live proactively, guided by a sense of meaning that fulfills us on every level. Aligning with purpose over fear is a conscious choice, one that brings profound change, allowing us to live with authenticity, joy, and a sense of purpose that lights our way forward. H. Replacing excuses with empowering beliefs is a powerful step toward creating a life filled with purpose, confidence, and growth. Dr. Wayne Dyer often reminded us that our minds are incredibly powerful tools, shaping not only how we see the world, but also what we believe we are capable of. Excuses are often rooted in fear, self-doubt, and limiting beliefs. They are the stories we tell ourselves to justify why we're not moving forward, not taking action, or not embracing our full potential. But these excuses are simply narratives that we have the power to change. By consciously choosing to replace them with empowering beliefs, we unlock new possibilities and allow ourselves to step into our fullest potential. Excuses like "I'm too busy, I'm not good enough," or "I don't have the resources" can feel real, but they are often self-imposed limits. They protect us from the discomfort of change and shield us from the risk of failure. Yet by clinging to these excuses, we also shield ourselves from growth, fulfillment, and the joy of living a life that reflects our true desires. Dr. Dyer encouraged us to take a closer look at these limiting thoughts and challenge them. What if instead of saying "I'm too busy," we asked ourselves, how can I make time for what truly matters to me? This shift in perspective transforms an excuse into an empowering question, one that opens the door to creative solutions and possibilities. Empowering beliefs are affirmations of our inner strength, resilience, and potential. They are rooted in the understanding that we are capable of change and that we have the ability to create the life we desire. For example, replacing "I can't" with "I am learning" or "I'll try" shifts our mindset from one of defeat to one of growth. These empowering beliefs remind us that we are not defined by our past, our circumstances, or even our current limitations. Instead, we are defined by our willingness to grow, to try, and to believe in our potential. Building empowering beliefs requires consistent practice and self-compassion. It's about recognizing when an excuse arises and consciously choosing to replace it with a belief that supports your growth and aligns with your purpose. Over time, as we continue to reinforce these empowering beliefs, they become second nature. We begin to approach life's challenges with a mindset of possibility rather than limitation. When we live from a place of empowering beliefs, we give ourselves permission to pursue our dreams, to take risks, and to learn from failures. We stop waiting for ideal circumstances and instead take action with faith in our abilities. This shift from excuses to empowerment not only transforms our lives, but also inspires those around us. As Dr. Dyer said, you are not stuck where you are unless you decide to be. By replacing excuses with empowering beliefs, we embrace our innate power to shape our lives and open ourselves to a world of possibility, growth, and fulfillment. Trying is often overlooked in a world that places so much value on achievement, recognition, and tangible results. However, Dr. Wayne Dyer believed deeply that the act of trying itself is a powerful form of success. When we try, we are demonstrating commitment, courage, and resilience. We're stepping out of our comfort zones and taking meaningful action toward our goals. In essence, trying is a profound act of faith. It shows that we believe in our potential enough to put forth effort, even when the outcome is uncertain or there's a risk of failure. Trying transforms intentions into actions, turning dreams into possibilities, and that alone is a success worth celebrating. One of the biggest obstacles to trying is the fear of failure, which can lead us to avoid even starting. But when we shift our focus from the end result to the process itself, we redefine what success looks like. Success doesn't have to mean reaching a specific milestone or achieving a certain outcome. Instead, it can mean showing up and doing the best we can with what we have. Each attempt we make, regardless of the result, builds our character and teaches us something valuable about ourselves. Even when things don't go as planned, we gain resilience, insight, and a deeper understanding of our strengths and areas for growth. Dr. Dyer often encouraged people to approach life with a sense of purpose, where trying is a way to honor that purpose rather than a means to prove something to others. Each time we try, we are actively participating in the unfolding of our journey. We're not waiting passively for life to hand us opportunities or successes. We're creating them through our efforts. This act of trying aligns us with a life of authenticity, where we pursue what genuinely matters to us instead of staying stuck in inaction or regret. Moreover, trying frees us from the need for external validation. It shifts our focus inward, helping us to measure success by our commitment and perseverance rather than by applause or accolades. When we try, we allow ourselves to make mistakes, to be imperfect, and to grow along the way. We give ourselves the freedom to be a work in progress, understanding that each attempt contributes to who we are becoming. In embracing the mindset that trying is a form of success, we cultivate a deeper sense of self-acceptance. We start to see that the courage it takes to try to take even a small step forward is an achievement in its own right. Dr. Dyer often reminded us that true fulfillment comes not from what we accomplish, but from who we become in the process. When we adopt this perspective, we realize that every effort, every small action brings us closer to our authentic selves and to a life rich with purpose and meaning. Trying, then, is the success of daring to live fully, to experience growth, and to honor the path we are on.